in an operation which is believed to be the work of the SAS. soldiers shot and wounded nearly 300 Palestinians in the occupied Gaza Strip during a weekend of clashes over the death of an Arab found hanged in an army jail, UN and hospital sources. The refugee camp violence was the bloodiest in the Gaza Strip since the protests last month against the police killing of 18 Arabs on Temple Mount. Plans to put Britain on a war footing were approved by the Cabinet yesterday, with only 4 days left before Tuesday's authorization for the use of force to evict Iraq from Kuwait. They included contingency measures for petrol rationing and dealing with terrorist attacks and an influx of casualties. Ministers attending the first cabinet meeting of 1991 were said to be in somber mood, but absolutely.
Christmas is at the crossroads of history. Even our years are numbered from it, BC and AD.
Christmas is the crossroads of our lives. God gave his Son, gave himself, that we might have choice.
That we might choose life in all its fullness, rather than the prospect of an eternity without him.
But whatever has happened to Christmas,
he just loves his soft buns.
Oh, yes, that's it. Makes me a lovely Yule for Christmas.
Oh, it doesn't make no Yule log. Just a blooming great pile of sawdust and all this plastering, knocked off ceiling.
Oh, that's it. It used to clear up. Oh, no, I do like to have my house tidy for Christmas.
Oh, I wasn't going to clear it up. You made a mess, I told you. You clear it up.
Good for you, Sharon. These men think Christmas is all about putting their feet up while you wait on them and they sleep off the idea. So, did he do it?
And while we were at Miller, I had a great ding-dong about it. Old Uncle Bert arrived and brought his dogs were in.
That's Jackson thing. It's all fair and cool.
Yeah, that's right. Well, when he saw telegraph pole at tree, well, he did what dogs do on telegraph poles, didn't he? It went all over the prison. You know, that red great paper doesn't have rough. It looked like we had that with all kind of corral in our front room. Oh, dear.
So what did he do?
Well, we had to ring that old prison. But we couldn't make out from it later, so we had to ring that road. And well, on Christmas Day, you know, we could not work out why great Uncle Fred just kept winking at Auntie Frida. Till we discovered that Ted, Terry's mate, he's got the patient song calendar intended for Uncle. So Freddie goes, oh, we must have got the naughty one, we got and as for Christmas dinner,
Oh, don't talk to me about Christmas dinner. Best meal of the year I like to make. Nice and fresh, you know. But last year,
I baked a turkey.
well, the vicar did go on and on in his sermon.
We got a church right there.
Oh, yeah, but Christmas morning. This is the one time of the year we can safely go to church and know the vicar's not going to talk about sin, repentance and things like that.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Anyway, this year I decided I put the cooker on low. We go to church, and when we get home, well, what with the excitement of opening the presents and things that he should have seen in it Tuesday. Oh, it was beautiful. Well, I forgot to put the cooker aside. The turkey wasn't cooked through. I think that's why I got that crab and everything.
Oh, isn't it a bore having turkey all the time?
Well, I think such tradition is so important, you know. But picture the Christmas pudding tastes of surgical spirit. Whoa, that then, Tracy. Well, my brother Ernie and his wife came over here. He was so pleased to like that Christmas pudding until I found him on my kitchen floor asleep with an empty brandy bottle.
And now look, they were putting extra sherry and turtle on me back to Perth. Jimmy wasn't out little Gabby, he didn't like it, so he gave it to Bert's dog. Oh, you should have seen him.
What, Gabby?
No, the dog. He kept falling off both. We couldn't get him to stand up. Oh, why do we bother here, Tracy? All that money, all them cards.
And all that trouble I've had with my husband and that woman in his office party since the
Oh, never again this year. I don't know how you put up with him. Love your estate.
I told him. I said, he's going to black out and his red nose and I called him and I took the woman again. I said,
What, what is it all about, eh, Tracy? I ask myself the same question every year. Why do we do it?
Card mass, cracker mass, tinsel mass or jingle mass, turkey mass, pudding mass, stocking mass, drunken mass, excitement mass, overdraft mass, disappointment mass, Alka-Seltzer mass. God came down at Christmas and found it wasn't.
Christmas has meant different things to different people.
For some, it's meant a seemingly endless supply of Christmas cake and turkey sandwiches.
For others in this world, it's meant the same diet as usual. Too little.
For some, it's been a time of parties and family reunions.
if you can't avoid them.
others, it's a time when their loneliness is made more intense.
For some, it's an excuse for a few extra glasses of the cup that cheers. Hangovers.
But for some, it's meant the policeman's knock on the door to say a son or a wife or a husband has been run down by a drunk driver.
For some, but why go on? Now that the shops have taken down the Christmas displays they put up last October, and the last slice of turkey has been eaten and the cards have been taken down.
Oh, and I must remember to send one of them. Yeah, must remember.
Now the tree has stopped dropping its needles all over the carpet and the tinsel's gone. What was it all about?
Well, I say it's for the children.
Well, in a way it is.
Hello, Billy.
Garden.
That's right. And how are we today?
Well, Punky.
Good. Sit down and do.
Garden.
Now, do you know what we're going to do today?
Yes, a big project no passion up drawing up with a big real money on it, couldn't it? Well, no good trying to follow all the TMX shoes.
Oh, so that's on Friday, isn't it? And today is Saturday.
No.
So today, we're going to learn a new maxim.
Huh?
A new maxim. A maxim? Well, let me see. A maxim is something that's... A maxim is what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, cool, darling, Nick.
Oh, Billy, you are the rising generation, and you need to learn from the wisdom and the knowledge of those who have more of both than you have.
Blah, be worthy.
I have.
Blah.
Yes, I have.
Bliss.
Because I think so. Now, the maxim we're going to learn is love one. Love one another. Can you say that, Billy?
Bliss.
Never mind why. Just hold it. Love one another.
Blah.
Love one another.
Rubble over.
No. Love one another.
Blah, and cover.
Love.
None.
Love.
Rub.
Love.
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 Love. Love. One.
Run.
One.
Glum.
One.
Fun. Love. Fun.
One.
Love.
One.
One.
Another.
I got it.
Another.
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 Love.
Love. One.
One.
Another.
Another.
Love one another.
Drop the baraka.
Love one another.
From Lava Java.
Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. This is how God showed his love for us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might have life through him.
He also wrote, "Dear children, let us not love with words or tongue, but with action and in truth."
Christmas is God saying, I love you, not in word, but in action.
Love
days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to his own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
Don't you then stand Don't you then stand all the latest news, don't you then stand 2 denarius, don't you then stand tourist falls prone, Bethlehem bed shortage scandal. Star News and Standard, sir. Star News and Standard, 2 denarius. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, thank you. Star News and Standard, all the latest. Baby's manger danger shock horror scandal. Here you are, sir. There you are. Thank you, 2 denarius. Thank you very much. Roll call poll tax shock scandal. Maggie Caesar's image burnt in a town square. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Bye, bye. Thank you very much, sir. 2 denarius. Oh, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Star News and Standard. Star News and Standard. New hit single for Angel Stardust. Star News and Standard. Here you are, sir. Star News and Standard. Thank you, sir. 2 denarius. Thank you very much. He frames camel for the wiser traveller. Star News and Standard. Star News and Standard. Star News and Standard.
Run down pub like this one now, is it? What? A baby? The king's brought his baby here. You must be joking. I wouldn't even bring my cat here. Look, I'll knock on the door. What? Look at it. I told you so, stupid. Down there. In the cow shed. I'm not going down there. It's all smelly. I'm not going to get my shoes covered in cows unmentionable. Look, I'll knock at the door, and I'll kick you from here to the Dead Sea if I find you brought me on a wild camel hunt. Correspondent for the Bethlehem Star, and we've had reports that you've got royalty staying with you, and I'd like to introduce you. Are you taking the Michael? Listen, I've had enough of people like you. Can't get a room, so you come with any cock and bull story. You know, today I've had 3 egg-on Ronnie inspectors, 2 philanthropic millionaires looking for someone to leave their fortunes to, and even one man said he was my income tax inspector. See me all right so I didn't have a room. But you take the biscuit. Interview royalty. See, stupid, I told you no king had come to a place like this.
A place like what?
Yes, you was anxious enough to get in here a minute ago, wasn't you? I'm sure it's a very nice place, after its style, but it's not the sort of place you find a king now, is it? These idiots what bad luck it was to have to pay an extra drachma because the baby was born a day early. Well, where is it?
It's in the stable.
Oh, perhaps that was not such a good idea after all. Tired of hearing about angels. Oh, all right, now we can have one. If. Look, when you do your story, you will say it's at the kicking donkey, won't you? Yeah, and you'll say it's the best place for oat cuisine, shattered Damascus wines, and the best kosher burgers in the province. I'll think about it. It's awfully sharp in here, though, isn't it? Oh, it's a carrot. Get off my foot, you horrid Harry thing, you. Manger. Oh, that's great. Could make a good little picture. A baby asleep in the house. We could even shine a torch on his face to get a sort of glow radiating from him. There already is. A bit dirty, though, isn't it?
I'm afraid cows are very messy eaters. I did try to clean up. Here, I did give you a bucket of water. You can't expect the rich when you turn up and let the music.
No, it's only because the wife's got such a kind heart we let you in here at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, I know. And I am grateful, really I am. Well, it's just that when the angels told me that I would have a baby in this place, I didn't expect it to be born in a place like this.
Oh, no, not A. The place must be swarming. So we tell me next, they're up there, dozens of them, playing their harps, and you are telling me.
Here, that must be all that commotion was about. Do you remember when that mob of shepherds came running down at you?
Yeah, it sounded like they won the Jerusalem League Cup, didn't they? Well, we better get on. Well, where's your husband, madam?
Oh, he's out looking for a place for us to stay, but I don't suppose you'll find one now.
Well, Mrs.
Mary, just Mary.
Well, Mary, can we have a look at the bedroom?
Here, you're not from the environmental health body. We're not having anyone accusing us of running along like this paternity home.
No, I am not. I'd like to get a photograph of the classes at Christmas with you. Could make a good little Christmas party out of it. They clean things up a bit. You'll have to clear this floor up and scrub that panel down. Shoot! No one's going to want a picture like this on their mantelpiece, now are they? Of course, I could get a couple of stuffed robins and a bit of soup. No, better stick to the family in distress here. It's too disgusting, this Christmas party. Well, let's get on.
Oh, look at this dear little thing. Bless his little swaddling soul. Oh, poor man. That's been starting his life in a dingy, dirty old sloppy stable.
Here. It's not such a bad stable.
Now, it's a very nice stable here, as stables go. But it's not the best start for his little life now, is it?
Now, we need a husband. I'll have a picture without a husband in it, can we? Bethlehem Star is, after all, a family newspaper. Get out of the way, you horrid Harry. Come on. Get rid of the husband. Off you go. A husband. Okay. You're good. We need a father for the baby. You're good. Oh, no, I couldn't. I know it. I'm a respectable businessman.
He's a respectable businessman.
You might get the wrong idea. just to pay their respects to Fairy, I did.
Oh, there you are, Joseph. Any luck?
No, I'm sorry, my dear. There's no one this evening in any room at all. Haven't left you too long, have I? You lonely?
No, we've not been lonely, have we? In fact, we've had quite a day. I'm really rather tired. If you sit down and have a baby, I'll take it back.
Oh, can I? Is that right? Can I hold him? Oh, I haven't had a chance. Sorry to hear.
Careful.
Ah, what a chap. I've been that busy, I haven't had a chance, have I? What a world to come into, eh? Hustle and bustle. Everybody traveling away from home, filling in forms, being pushed around, people shouting. Now what do you think of it all after 4 hours or so? Your mother's gone to try and get some sleep. Those nice shepherds have all gone home. You'd open your eyes, I'd show you a lovely star, wouldn't I? You can see it through the holes in the roof. I don't know what a fine time to come. I didn't do this to us, you know. And we had such a lovely little room already for you back home. I made you a little bed, a proper bed. Set it on rockers, and I carved a little lamb into the headboard. You'll see it when you get to that room. You'll like it. Well, I hope you will, because I wouldn't like you to think that your father wanted you to be born in this old camel's eating trough. Here. One of those legs is a bit wobbly. Well, that's nails, you see. You should never trust nails. That should have been jointed. Good and proper. Just takes a little bit of care, that's all. And now, I'm going to have to take care of you as well. I know who you are, you see. You don't know who I am, do you? I have not really had anything to do with you. I wish I was your father. You're so beautiful. But I'm just standing in, as you might say, for someone else. Well, at least they won't be able to say, oh, look, he's got his father's nose. Now, that's something to be thankful for. But do you know what I think? I think you're going to have your real father's temperament. Because, you see, your real father is a kind, loving, mighty, glorious, everlasting God. And the angel in my dream told me that you are going to save all your people from their sins. Well, that does seem rather a lot to ask a little chap like you. But I think I shall be pretty proud of you anyway. You're still part of my family, you see. And it's a good family. Oh, yes. We go back a long way. I may only be a carpenter, but your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was a king. There he was, King David. So we've had kings, delighted. I'm so happy I might even sing you a song. You might cry. So perhaps I'd better be quiet. I'll just keep an eye on that star and carry on sleeping. And I'll make sure nothing happens to you as long as I'm alive.
Hear the sound of music.